Hey guys, it's Gabriel here, and this week we're talking about acceptance. Now, this is a big thing in the trans community since, surprisingly, we're trying to get acceptance from other people, yet we can't accept other trans people who don't really fit the one-size-fits-all trans narrative. While we should be celebrating these diverse people under the trans umbrella, it is a broad term because that doesn't necessarily mean the person is going to take hormones and be the other binary gender from male to female or female to male. And that's something people need to understand. Some people may not identify as a gender at all. They could be non-binary, they could be gender fluid, they might not be stereotypically masculine or stereotypically feminine, they could be somewhere in the middle. There's all these, remember, it's not a black and white kind of choice. It's more of like a broad spectrum of identities under the trans umbrella, and you should celebrate them and not shame them for not picking one side or the other, or shaming them for not being trans enough, or what people would call trust scum. And that's not a good thing to have, because how could you expect everybody else to accept us if we can't accept other people ourselves? And I feel like this is like some internalized transphobia, what have you, and it makes people like lash out at others, and they can't really understand because they've only understood what they've seen online, which is generally people showing off like stereotypically masculine traits or feminine traits depending which way you're going, and people don't really tend to silence or not tend to ignore non-binary identities or ones that don't really fit in like a gender role or anything. And that's something we should really accept, because some people might not choose to take hormones. Some people might take hormones and still not identify as male or female. There could be people who might not take hormones even though they identify as a gender. They may not get surgery, whichever ones they ever get. Remember that everyone's story is different. Every narrative is different. Some people might want bottom surgery. You might want it, and that's great. If you can afford it, awesome. But for me personally, I wouldn't generally not get it. It doesn't seem that important to me. But for other people, it might be life or death. And that's something I've come to accept. I have an open mind about these things. And some people might not want top surgery. They're perfectly fine with these, and that's fine. But I certainly needed to live life to the fullest and be a happy person and love myself in order to do things I've always wanted to do, like make YouTube videos. So we have to like understand where we're going here and try to accept other people who don't feel like they have that much dysphoria or have a ton of dysphoria. Don't shame their feelings, because all feelings are valid, because it's basically a system of respect. You respect me, and I will definitely respect you. Please do not say stupid shit like, oh my god, trans people are just freaks or anything like that, and we're good. We just have to accept that we are human, we just want the best life that we can, and we just have different methods and views on how to go about that kind of life and how far we want to go into transition, whether that's hormones, surgery, changing your name, or anything like that, because some people might not do any of those things and be perfectly fine. And that's great. Or people want to go all the way and be stealth and everything, and we shouldn't shame any of that for their choices. It's all about trans acceptance, and once we accept that, I think we'll have a better shot at progressing in transgender rights and healthcare benefits and what have you, and having people take us, I guess, seriously. So I guess that's like the main thing I wanted to talk about, acceptance within our own community, because that is a big part. And if everybody did that and didn't have to go around with this like non-trans enough police thing going around on social media, especially Tumblr or Reddit, well, not Reddit, like Tumblr generally. So yeah, we would definitely be in a happier place if people would just accept and love others and love yourself, of course. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say this week, and yeah. So see you guys.